16-year-old Denji, who spends his life earning money through hunting devils and selling his body parts to pay his deceased father's debt, wakes up from a dream and heads to work with his devil pet, Pakita. He meets with the tomato devil as he pulls Pakita's chainsaw to get ready and kill the devil. He finally kills the devil and meets with his Yakuza boss who hired him to kill it. His boss offers 400,000 yen as his payment, but then he deducts all of Denji's fees and interest from it, leaving him with 70,000. After going back home with Pakita, Denji recalls his past, where he is standing in front of his father's grave who committed suicide. It was the first time he met Pakita, where he helped to heal by offering his blood and making a contract with it after seeing the devil wounded and weak. Later on, Denji arrives at an old warehouse with his boss who told him that he found the devil hunting work for him. After having a small talk with his boss and trying to find the devil, Denji gets stabbed at the back along with Pakita by a man who also works for his boss. Soon, the zombie devil appears and explains that his boss made a deal with it to bring devil hunters in exchange for power. The zombie devil calls the humans dumb because they are willing to become slaves in exchange for power. The zombie devil calls on its zombie army and commands them to kill and chop Denji into pieces. Denji tries to run from them, but the zombies catch up to him and starts chopping him off. Denji's chopped body parts are scattered in a dumpster. Pakita wakes up and remembers its talk with Denji where he says that if ever Denji dies from devil hunting, Pakita can take over his body to live a normal life and have a normal death. Pakita takes over Denji's body to bring back the pieces of his body and heal him. As Denji awakens, Pakita tells Denji that in exchange for its heart that it gave him, Denji should show Pakita the dreams he always talks about. Denji comes back in front of the zombie devil and transforms as the Chainsaw Man as he gets attacked by the zombie army. He swiftly slices the army in half. He attacks the zombie devil's body and drills his chainsaws in its body. After killing some more of its army, Denji finally finishes off the zombie devil. He cuts the remaining army on the pleasure of his growing strength. Soon after, Makima and his men from the public safety arrives at the warehouse where she meets Denji and hugs him. The chainsaws in his body slowly tears off as Makima hugged his body. Makima introduces herself to him and tells him that she will keep him and make sure that he will be well fed. After eating with Makima, they arrive at the Devil Hunter's headquarters. Makima hands Denji his own Devil Hunter uniform and introduces him to Aki, who will be working with him. As Aki and Denji go on a patrol, they stop over a narrow corner in the street where Aki beats up Denji and forces him to quit the job if he's just interested to Makima, because he will just end up dead like his old members. However, Denji fights back and tells him that he doesn't care if he gets killed. They go back to the headquarters afterwards, where Makima confirms Denji's position in Aki's squad. Denji is tasked to his first mission with Aki. He immediately sliced off the fiend as soon as they spotted it in a room. Denji thinks that he is already living his dream to live a normal life, but thinks that is still lacking. He realizes that touching breasts is his new goal. Power, the Blood Devil, and another member of Aki's squad meets with Denji as they immediately get tasks to patrol outside. Power smells blood and spots a sea cucumber devil. She immediately kills the devil using his weapon that's made out of blood. Power and Denji gets reprimanded by Makima for killing a civilian hunter's devil, which leads to an argument between Power and Denji. Power tells Denji the story about her cat Miaoi, who was taken by the Bat Devil. Power offers Denji that he can touch her breasts if he successfully retrieves Miaoi from the Bat Devil. As they go out to find the Bat Devil, Power explains that only Denji can kill the devil, and that it will probably use Miaoi as a shield from Power. They arrive at the Bat Devil's location as Denji asks Power about the devil. Power takes the opportunity to knock off Denji and offer him to the devil. The Bat Devil and Power originally had a deal that would bring back Miaoi to her as long as she brings a human to eat. The Bat Devil tastes Denji's blood and throws him out of disgust. Since the Bat Devil was not satisfied with what Power has brought, it decided to eat Miaoi instead. Shortly after, the devil takes Power as well to fully heal its body. Denji transforms into the Chainsaw Man and fights with the Bat Devil. Denji was fighting on par with the devil as he finally drills his chainsaws into its body, finishing it off. A flashback shows Power and Miaoi's relationship, showing the first time she hasn't killed, something that has met her eyes as she realizes that she loves blood as it is warm and pleasant. Power wakes up with Miaoi astonished with how Denji still saved her and even killed the devil, just for him to be able to fondle her breasts. Soon after, the Leech Devil arrives and introduces itself as the deceased Bat Devil's wife. Denji tries to transform again, but due to his blood loss, he was only able to produce a small chainsaw. He tries to fight with the devil with bare-handed combat and skills. However, after severely wounding the Leech Devil with his chainsaw, it got him, and as he was about to get eaten, Aki appears and summons his fox devil, Khan, to eat the leech devil and save Denji. At the hospital where Denji recuperates, Aki tells Denji that they have reattached his arm back as he explains that he also had a contract with the fox devil in exchange for his body. Aki tells Denji that he will keep the fact that Denji and Power went outside their patrol area to prevent them both from being killed in exchange for listening to him. Aki later on reports the incident to Makima and convinces her to keep the secret. In the morning, Power came knocking off Aki and Denji's room as Aki gets tasked by Makima to put both Power and Denji under his care. Later at night, Power approaches settle their deal of fondling her breast. Denji fondled Power's breast but was unsatisfied by the feeling. After having a talk with Makima about his unsatisfaction, Makima explained to him that he should do it to someone he knows and understands well enough. She then teases Denji by holding his hands, cupping her face with his hands, biting his finger. Makima then asks Denji to kill the gun devil for her, in exchange for anything he wishes for. The gun devil is an extremely strong devil that every hunter wants to kill. However, the gun devil is absolutely hard to find, and the time it appeared was when a major terrorist attack happened at America 13 years ago. A flashback shows a young Aki playing with his little brother in the snow when an extremely strong wind blew off Aki's house and his family upon the arrival of the gun devil. Their only clue in finding it was the few pieces of the gun devil that sticks and attracts the same pieces and to the original body. The Squad 4, consisting of Aki, Himeno, Kopini, Array, Power, and Denji, are sent to hunt a devil in a hotel that has one of the parts of the gun devil. Upon arriving at the hotel, a devil with hands attached to its head appears in front of them. The devil tries to attack Kopini, but Himeno uses her invisible hands and takes a hold of it as Power joins and slices the devil in half. Himeno reveals that she has a contract with the right hand of a ghost devil. As soon as they try going upstairs, they recognize that the floor was the same as earlier. Soon, they realize that they are trapped in the 8th floor of the hotel. After trying several exits, they still are unable to find the exit of the 8th floor. Kobani confesses that she was only forced to work as a devil hunter. Aki notices that the time in the 8th floor is frozen to 8:18 as well. After a flashback about Himeno and Aki's close relationship after they became partners, Aki arrived and took Himeno's last cigarette as he tells them that the walking head devil they killed earlier is back and it grew much bigger. The devil offers them a contract that will let them leave the 8th floor in exchange for Denji's corpse. Kobini appears out of her room with a knife and tries to kill Denji. However, Aki kicks the knife off Kobini's hands as Himeno knocks her off. Himeno tries her luck with her ghost and successfully hurts the devil, but it only grew bigger and took larger space. The devil explained that they cannot kill it because it is not even its main body, and the 8th floor is its stomach. Array appears and decides as well to kill Denji. However, Aki opposes to the idea and Himeno supports his decision. Later on, Kobani tries to kill Array for protecting a fiend-like Power, and as they scream, the fear grew stronger in the floor, which made the devil grew bigger and chase Aki, Denji, and Himeno. The floor starts to tilt and split in half, leaving them with no place to run to. Aki persuades Himeno to use his sword, but Himeno uses his ghost to him to prevent him from using it because it takes off Aki's lifetime. Array tries to push Denji off the mouth while Kobani tries to stab Denji. Aki fights Himeno's ghost and saves Denji, getting himself stabbed instead. Denji asks Power to stop Aki's bleeding as he resolves to pull his chainsaw out and fight with the devil to repay Aki for what he has done for him. Denji jumps right into the mouth of the Eternity Devil and destroys all of it from the inside. Denji wants to just cut all of it endlessly and heal himself through its blood. That way, the Eternity Devil will hurt endlessly and will want to kill itself. A throwback of Himeno talking with Kishib is shown as his senior tells her that the devil hunters with a little loose screw will most likely survive. 3 days passed and all of them are resting. Meanwhile, has already reached the heart of the Eternity Devil and finally kills it. They finally were able to leave the hotel and retrieve one of the gun devil's parts as Denji finally passes out. They celebrated with drinks later on, where Denji claims his kiss from Himeno as what their deal was. After drinking few more alcohol, Himeno finally kisses Denji but passes her puke into his mouth. Himeno later brings Denji to her apartment and tries to make out with him. The following morning, Himeno and Denji agree to help each other out with the persons they like, which is Makima and Aki. Makima is on her way to Kyoto for business when, armed with guns, shoot them in the head. Meanwhile, in Tokyo, citizens armed with guns are swarming around the streets, killing the devil hunters. Denji and the Special Division 4 meet with the grandson of Denji's former boss, who shoots both Denji and Himeno, making them both pass out. Aki summons Khan to swallow him. However, Khan tells Aki that the man is neither a man nor a devil, which kills Khan as the samurai man takes a step out of its mouth. Aki decides to use his sword to defeat the fiend. He manages to land 3 strikes on the fiend and starts killing him with a curse. Akane, a girl who works for the gun devil and controls the snake devil, appears in front of Aki as he helps the fiend stand up. The fiend immediately takes off with unmeasurable speed and stabs Aki. Himeno wakes up and uses her ghost devil to help Aki, but the ghost rejects the idea because of how powerful Akane is. Himeno offers the ghost to give all her everything in exchange for the ghost to fight with them. The ghost reveals its whole body with hundreds of hands and starts fighting with the fiend. Himeno first loses her left arm, making the ghost powerful. She raises her right arm and loses it, just as when Akane raises her arm as well to call for the snake devil. The snake devil swallows the ghost, killing it along with Himeno. The last of the ghost hand used its all to pull Denji's trigger and activate the chainsawman. Denji immediately transforms and fights with the fiend. At first, they were fighting on equal level and exchanging equal blows. However, the fiend decided to use his speed once again and slice Denji half. Tendo and Kuros meet with Makima, who is still alive and covered in blood in Kyoto. Makima asks Tendo and Kuros to find her a shrine with high altitude and gather 30 convicts with the worst sentences. Makima starts performing her power from Kyoto to Tokyo and starts killing the Gun Devil's men by using the 30 convicts to state out the names, and she will make the bodies of the names stated explode. Meanwhile, Kobeni prepares to take her revenge from Aray's death in the hands of an old citizen. She attacks Akane with her knife and starts riding Akane's snake, which leads her to cutting the fiend's arm. She shoots the fiend more from the back and starts having a gunfight with Akane. Kobeni uses Denji's metal head to cover her while Akane escapes with the fiend. Aki rests in the hospital as he cries, remembering the death of his partner Himeno. Meanwhile, Makima brings Denji and Power to Kishib, one of the strongest hunters in the Special Division 1, to train the both of them to become stronger. Kishib suddenly choked the both of them and broke their necks to see if they are still human-like, who won't be able to move, having their necks broken. Kishib then feeds them blood to heal him. Denji and Power decide to start attacking Kishib first, but both of them end up dying in his hands. On the other hand, Tendo and Kuros arrive at Aki's room to tell him that Makima sent them to coach him because the Special Division 4 needs to be stronger, considering that Aki also lost his contract with Khan. Kishib finished his training with Denji and Power, with both of them dying over 20 times in his hands. On their way back home, they devise a plan to beat Kishib the next time they see him. The following morning, Kishib arrives at their apartment and Power executes the plan by attacking Kishib, who's behind the door with her spear made of blood, which Kishib easily dodged. Power then controlled the blood above them to send more spears to Kishib. Denji then attacked Kishib behind but was easily knocked off by him. Tendo and Kuros bring Aki to form a contract with the Future Devil. The Future Devil made Aki to insert his head inside his gut to see his future and determine their deal. As soon as the Future Devil saw Aki dying soon, it made it easy for him, and just asked him that it will just have to live through the inside of his right eye. Makima meets with a Yakuza boss who had a contract with Akane. After rejecting Makima's request to write all their names in the paper, Makima showed them a bag full of their relatives' eyes, and the only way for her to return it to them is to follow her order. The Special Division 4, together with Kishib and many more fiends, arrive at the hotel where Akane and his men are anticipating their attack. The Shark Devil first arrived at the basement where zombies Akane prepared are waiting for them. The Violence Devil was next to fight with the zombies, and finally the Spider Devil kills more zombies. There was also the Angel Devil, whose touch make your lifespan shorter. Aki entered the hotel and found Akane. Akane used Himeno's former devil, the Ghost Devil, to fight with Aki. The Ghost Devil chokes Aki but later on drops him. To Akane's shock, the Ghost Devil handed Aki the cigarette Himeno kept when she and Aki were younger and promised to give it back when he grows up. Aki then realizes that the Ghost Devil was blind and what it sees is fear. He used this advantage to finish off the Ghost Devil. Akane tried to summon Snake Devil, but was cornered by Kobeni. Meanwhile, Power leaves Denji inside the elevator to fight more zombies. Denji then meets with the samurai man who tries to manipulate him by talking to him first. After realizing that Denji is not biting into it, they both transformed and got into battle. The samurai man uses his speed once again to cut off Denji's left arm, and then he goes back to same stance to cut off Denji's right arm. Denji uses the lats of his chainsaw on his head to try and kill the samurai man, which leads to his chainsaw breaking. However, the samurai man did not know that Denji also had a chainsaw in his feet, which sliced the samurai man in half. The samurai man gets tied at the train station where both Aki and Denji torture him. The ending shows the lives of Aki, Power, and Denji as they live together in one apartment. It also showed the recurring dream of Denji in front of a door where Pakita tells him not to open it no matter what.